There were videos all over social media showing people spotting the shooter shortly before the incident happened. Suspiciously, just like we saw in the Trump shooting. Now the FBI has released an image of the suspected shooter.
What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. Y'all already know what's going on in this video today, man. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, what we're gonna be reacting to. This is why they unalive Charlie Kirk. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell Aunt Jemima, tell Uncle Joe he's still a hoe. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's get it.
Yesterday, the world was shocked when it was reported that the political commentator Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while debating a crowd member at his event. He was at his first stop of his nationwide tour at Utah Valley University when the incident occurred. Not long after the shooting took place, people, including myself, noticed a lot of strange details emerging that made this entire tragedy look so suspicious. Details that clearly indicate this wasn't no spur-of-the-moment attack. This was clearly planned, and it looks like they allowed this to happen for a reason. Clearly.
First off, before we go any further, all of this is alleged. None of this is for real, all right? As a matter of fact, I'm just acting, okay? I'm acting and reacting, all right? But when I heard about the situation, and then I saw the news, like ABC, I watched the ABC video on it, I was like, oh no, something strange is going on here, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
They wanted this incident to be as public as possible. But why? Who would do this to Charlie Kirk? Is this an issue caused by the political war between the left and the right? Or was he targeted for his political commentary? Well, after digging into this, what really happened to Charlie Kirk seems to be much darker, as his death will shift the conversations away from what they're trying to cover up. Hey guys, I hope all is well.
The fact that something similar happened to Trump, right? Like, and I believe the question that was being asked before he got pum was something about mass shootings, which is kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation, man. I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was until he was on every news page, every social media site, you know. He was up and down my YouTube timeline, and I had to figure out what was going on. So I didn't know who he was until it happened yesterday, which is crazy.
Wow. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about the suspicious death of Charlie Kirk. Let's get right into it.
Suspicious it is.
Everyone is talking about the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk. While he had many people who loved him, he also had many people that hated him. The reason Charlie Kirk was so famous to some and infamous to others was because of his political commentary. He was identified as a right-wing, far-right conservative commentator who had been a long-time supporter of Donald Trump. He was also closely associated with the rise of another political commentator, Candace Owens, with the two having a show together on Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA at some point. In the last few years, Charlie gained a large audience of both lovers and haters due to his public political rally debates he would host. Charlie was known to go to colleges and public events where he would engage in heated political debates with random people. These debates would often spark controversy as Charlie would push heavily against what he called the leftist, which was basically anyone considered a liberal. These heated debates would be posted all over social media, where they would end up going viral. Charlie was so well known for his political debates that South Park recently made fun of him on their new episode, an episode that they have since taken down. Charlie was also credited by Trump and many other Republicans for mobilizing the youth when it comes to politics. He significantly helped Trump reach Gen Z with his methods of debating college students. Even though Charlie was a big Trump supporter, he did publicly question him when Trump decided not to release the Epstein files. Charlie was big on having these files released at first and demanded transparency. But after Trump told him to let it go, Charlie did just that. After Charlie was shot, Trump announced his death on his social media site Truth Social, stating, "No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie."
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there has never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
I'm gonna just say this, right? I know he was very controversial. I know there were people that loved him and people that hated him, right? Because of his opinions and his commentary. But I will say this, nobody deserves to be shot like that. You know, those kids don't deserve to not have a dad. The wife does not deserve to not have a husband. You know what I'm saying? All over an opinion. This shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Do I think that it's deeper than just what's on the surface? Y'all already know how I always think, okay? Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes we don't know, right? But at the end of the day, man, to unalive somebody solely based off of their opinion, or solely based on because they're on the left instead of the right, or the right instead of the left, that's why I don't get into politics or anything. At the end of the day, are you a decent individual, right? Do you treat me with kindness and respect? If you check off those two, I don't give a fuck what you do, what you believe in, what religion you believe in, whether you're on the left, right, front, or back, right? I don't care. And I just feel like we need to get back to just loving thy neighbor, helping each other out, being of service to, you know, whoever is in our realm of reality, right? Being kind does not cost anything. And just because we have a difference in opinion does not mean that I need to hate you or you need to hate me, right? We can have our judgments, we can have our opinions, we cannot see eye to eye, but I don't care what you believe in as long as you treat me with kindness and respect. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, right? I don't care. But to take it to the level of unaliving somebody just solely off of somebody else's opinion, bruh, this is madness. It's nuts. You know? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Now, the information that is coming in about the death of Charlie is rather suspicious. At around 12 p.m., Charlie started his event and began taking questions. He knew this was likely going to be another day packed with heated debates, as the students from the college attempted to petition to block Charlie from attending the school, but he was ultimately allowed. At around 12:10 p.m., just a few minutes into the event, he started taking questions. This is when an audience member asked him about the issues of mass shooting. When Charlie responded by saying counting or not counting gang violence, A single shot was fired from a bolt-action rifle that struck Charlie in the neck. He immediately began bleeding and his body was physically moved by the recoil. Charlie was then
Now, could that be a coincidence that right after somebody asked about mass shootings, that he gets shot? Could it be a coincidence? 100%, right? But could it have been orchestrated? Yes. But we really don't have any tangible evidence to say whether or not it was orchestrated. But I just found it real crazy. It could be just a coincidence, right? Right after there's a question about mass shooting, this dude gets shot. Come on, man. Come on.
To a car where they attempted to get him to the hospital, but sadly, the husband and father of two died at the age of 31. They reported that he didn't have security, but that was proven false, as Charlie had his own security and also the campus police were also helping keep him safe. Initially, 2 suspects were arrested on the spot, but later released, as they were proven not to be those responsible. Thankfully, now we have more information on how the shooting took place. It is being reported by a representative of the college that the shooter was located in this building, which was 142 yards away. It's a pretty far shot, and those who aren't trained likely wouldn't be able to make it.
So they found the shooter?
There were videos all over social media showing people spotting the shooter shortly before the incident happened. Suspiciously, just like we saw in the Trump shooting. Now the FBI has released an image of the suspected shooter. This is the man
and he look happy as hell too.
The FBI is searching for.
That's crazy.
As they believe he is the shooter.
That's
they
crazy.
claim that after the shooting, he managed to leave the school without being seen. The weapon he used was eventually found in a wooded area, and officials are analyzing a footwear impression and a forearm imprint to see if it can lead to anything. Right now, he still hasn't been identified or caught. Honestly, I find this entire situation suspicious and strange, and I will tell you why shortly. What I don't understand is how this wasn't prevented. Everyone knew Charlie Kirk was hated by many people. It's the reason he needed so much security in the first place.
I mean, look what happened with Trump. Same exact thing happened with Trump, you know?
But even after knowing Charlie had plenty of enemies who would want to see him gone, it seems that they didn't do a perimeter check or had people sweep these buildings, including the roofs of the buildings, to make sure there wasn't a possible threat. It's almost like they allowed this to happen, in my opinion. Now, since this happened, I have been digging deep into this and searching through all the footage posted by onlookers on social media. One video that definitely stuck out to me was this one. This video of a man standing right beside Charlie has been posted several times by many people. The reason they keep posting this is because it appears that the man is giving off a signal right before Charlie gets shot. As you can see, he tilts his hat and touches his cheek, and then the shots are let off. Now, this could have been just an innocent gesture, but considering this happened literally right before he was hit, it makes it all seem so suspicious. On top of this, like I said in my last video, the shooting happened right as Charlie said the word violence.
It's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Think about it. Why did they wait until the exact moment he said violence? Why not have done it moments before or moments after? It's almost like that was supposed to be the code word to start the shooting. The irony of him speaking about shooting incidents, saying the word violence, and then becoming a victim of a violent shooting. This to me shouldn't be overlooked. Now it's clear there is no way the person who did this is just a Charlie Kirk hater. This man was obviously a hitman or trained assassin, as making a shot from that distance isn't something just anybody could do. It's clear this entire hit was planned well in advance, and they knew how they were going to do this. This person wasn't just a Charlie hater. I believe he's most likely either ex-military or possibly even ex-law enforcement. Sadly, with the images released, we can't get a clear look at the guy, but he appears to be a younger white male, possibly in his 20s or 30s. I believe Charlie was targeted not because of what he was saying, but to be used for something much more disturbing. Over the past few months, America has been dividing more than ever. There has always been division between the left and the right, but now, there has been plenty of division between those inside of the Republican Party itself. Many people voted for Trump for one reason, because he promised to bring justice to Epstein's accomplices. He promised to reveal all the files and finally provide transparency to the American people, something I myself found unbelievable because Trump himself had a relationship with Epstein at a certain point. This man exposing Epstein's accomplices could possibly mean exposing himself. A few months back, Trump decided that the Epstein files were boring and that nobody cared about that stuff, so he decided he wasn't going to release the files. This was literally a smack in the face to Trump supporters, and many of them began switching sides. It even appeared that Charlie himself had switched sides for a brief moment before Trump called them and told him to chill out. Then Charlie went and backtracked, saying to trust Trump and understand his process. For weeks, people demanded Trump keep his promise but he just kept on saying suspicious things that made him look more and more guilty. After months, most people eventually stopped pushing the subject as the government refused to release anything that would expose the accomplices. But just a few days back, Epstein's estate released a bunch of birthday letters that were sent to Epstein, one of them being from Trump himself. The birthday letter Trump sent was a picture of a clothless woman with Trump's signature acting as the woman's private. Initially, Trump had denied sending this letter and even sued the publication that released this. But now, it seems that this letter has been confirmed. And even though Trump is denying that he signed this, claiming that it's not his signature, Trump's prior signatures have been released that clearly matches the signature found on Epstein's birthday card. Many big names were also exposed with this release, like Clinton and other billionaire elitists. This again reignited people's concerns, and again they were demanding the Trump administration give us answers. This led to a Trump representative claiming that Trump only had a relationship with Epstein because Trump was an FBI informant the whole time, helping bring him down. Obviously, this is just another attempt at deflecting. These letters prove that Trump and many others had been lying and likely are trying to protect this Epstein secret from coming out. All the attention is once again on Trump protecting Epstein and his accomplices. But luckily for Trump, now his ally Charlie Kirk was killed, and it's now taking all the heat off Trump. Now Trump is using this moment to talk about his plans to deal with political violence, which I'm confident would just be their new plan to force people to leave the Epstein situation alone, which basically means he's going to stop people from asking about the Epstein files. One thing is clear, Charlie Kirk was assassinated by professionals. I believe he was a sacrificial lamb to push Americans to leave this Epstein situation alone. They're going to blame this on rising political tensions that went too far because of this Epstein situation, trying to convince the American people to just let this all go in order to avoid future situations like this. Clearly, this is order out of chaos. Charlie's death is going to be the chaos that leads to their order. They're going to blame this situation on those asking for answers about Epstein, saying that because of their rhetoric, they have caused this. This isn't true, and don't fall for this manipulation. Those same people saying this are likely going to be the ones behind what happened to Charlie Kirk. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about was the response people had online to this situation. Many people were actually celebrating the death of Charlie, which is truly disturbing. It's like they were celebrating his sacrifice. There was a man who literally was caught cheering when the incident happened live on.
People are weirdos, man. It's like, once again, it's like people can't separate reality from social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you all have different opinions doesn't mean you gotta hate that person. Don't mean you gotta wish death on that person. That's crazy, man. Like, that man still had kids, he had a wife, he had a family, you know, people who cared about him and shit like that. Like, to celebrate a man's death is wild to me, yo. It's wild.
Even TMZ allegedly celebrated that Charlie was pronounced dead.
Janet, go
Wow.
to have somebody look at.
Since when do we celebrate death? What kind of people are the American people becoming that they celebrate someone being killed in front of their wife and kids?
Not
Think
bad.
about it. Charlie's wife and kids were at the event.
Shit,
and
weird.
Witnessed him die in front
Wow.
of all those people. Now people are online celebrating this.
Talking shit.
Truly disturbing.
Truly.
And it shows how moralist our country has become. They have succeeded in desensitizing and destroying the morality of this country.
Crazy,
this
bro.
is not what God wants from us. We are not monsters. I blame this on...
Bro, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, man. Shout out to Truth Is Podcast for the video. But look, at the end of the day, man, like I said, bro, if you are kind to me and you respect me, you cool with me. You know what I'm saying? What you do with everybody else, that's on you. But when it comes down to my interaction with you, our interaction together, me and you, if you show me kindness and respect, I ain't got nothing to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, man. I hate that sometimes religion tends to separate us more than bring us together. Political views, politics tend to separate us instead of bringing us together. When there is one race, even the race wars, right? Blacks against whites, Mexicans, Hispanics, Asians, all of this shit, right? There is one race. Genuinely, there is one race. And that is the truth. And it is the human race, bro. Right? I'm proud to be black. I'm proud to be Asian, right? And you should be proud to be who you are as well. But at the end of the day, we're not even a human, right? I believe that we are a soul living a human experience. And that goes for all of us. So with that being said, man, treat people kindly, right? Treat people how you would want to be treated, point blank, period. Respect yourself, love yourself, right? And only surround yourself among people who treat you the same, who show you that same love and respect. All right, man, I love y'all. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Tell a friend today. Ain't your mama today. Uncle Joey still a hoe. I will see you guys in the next motherfucking video, and I love y'all, man. Peace. We out, baby.